going on, folks? Figured I'd do a quick review type video for y'all today on these two ratchets here. They're Pittsburg brand, which is, everybody knows, Harbor Freight. They're swivel heads. Okay, that one's a half, 3/8. They have a 1/4 inch. Now, I didn't get the 1/4 inch to start with because I figured I'd get these two. Because this is the one, you know, I use most often, 3/8, and then sometimes a 1/2 inch on bigger stuff. So anyway, I figured I'd try these out first and see how I like them. Now, I will say, a lot of times Pittsburgh stuff, you know, it's kind of hit or miss, but these here, I mean, they're the bomb. They're a lot better than the regular ratchet. So anyway, it's a swivel head ratchet. You know, it's got your grip right here. It's like more of a plastic. It's kind of rubbery, but harder in her here, a little more grippy on the black part here. If you can see right here, you know, it's just got two sides there and it pivots on it. And to adjust it, I haven't had to adjust either one of these yet. Like, but if they, for some reason, you know, they get older, they get wore out, loose, whatever, they have a Allen head screw right here. You can tighten up, squeeze it together more, and make, you know, so it's not so loose. But these, I haven't had to do that yet. I've had them for a while, been using them, and obviously 3/8 I use more than the half usually. It really just depends. But I figured I'd give you my thoughts on these real quick. I think I paid $15 for them, like $15 each, and I'm gonna go and get the 1/4 inch too. I just want to try these out first. But like I said, you can get any angle on these you want to. I mean, you can start it in there, you know, and turn it like a screwdriver until you get it bottomed out, and then you can turn it and crank it down and tighten it up. And if you got hard to reach places, it's kind of like using you can say, well, you just use a universal joint, use a regular ratchet with a universal joint. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. But this, you don't need a separate universal joint. To me, they're kind of like 10mm sockets. They end up going missing. And so anyway, but yeah, this, you just pop your socket on there and go. And I just got done on my 84 right here. I just got done putting bolts for the shocks. The other ones on there, I just stuck the ones the ones that was on there, I stuck them back on, and I guess figured they were stock, but I got to looking the other day and they were grade 5. And on these shocks, especially these old trucks here that beat you up riding down the road, these are supposed to be better shocks anyway. These are the Rancho monotube shocks. They're supposed to be better. But I went back and I changed the other bolts out for grade 8 bolts. But I figured now would be a great time to review this socket set. Give me just a second. I'm gonna roll up on here and show you kind of one reason why I really like these. So you can see the inside, see where you put the bolt in from the outside out here. Let's see. Yeah, right there, you know, you put the bolt in right here on the outside. It goes through the shock, through the frame in here, and then your nut and lock washer goes in here. Well, if there's no headers, like originally my first one was very easy to get in there because I didn't have the engine in there when I first put shocks on, and then I dropped the engine in, put headers on and all that. Well, now if you got to change them, let's just say you're replacing them, and you know, you got headers or manifolds or whatever in there in the way, it's aggravating to get to. Well, with this ratchet, the way it turns, I don't have my socket on here right now. I wish I had it on. I'd show you, but you can get in here at a right angle to where you just tighten it up. It's easy to get in there. And also, one of them time, I had the socket on there and I had it tilted down, kind of more down like that, and I run through the back side of the header. Let's see, to the back side of the header, and got on that. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty dark, but got on that nut right there and tighten it down. And with a regular socket, get some light shining here. See right there, that's where it's at, right behind this. It's really tight in there. And with a regular ratchet, And the socket been aggravating. I mean, the universal joint might have worked on it, and I'm sure it would have. But this right here just made it so much easier. I just figured I'd use that. I know that wasn't a very great detail, but I just figured I'd use that as an example real quick to show you why I really like these ratchet heads here, because you can turn them wherever you want to. And heck, if you really wanted to get crazy with it, you could, you know, put your, have your socket, have a universal joint behind the socket, have your extension, and then have this on the end, and it'd be some real crazy, if you have some real hard to get to places. I mean, you could do whatever your mind could come up with. You could try it. Well, shoot, let's just see. I got a universal joint and a socket right here. Let's see. See, if you really wanted to get crazy with it, I mean, if you couldn't get in there too good with that, if it's really at an awkward angle, I mean, you can turn it however you want to. But I really, really like these ratchets. I mean, this thing, and they're pretty stout. I crank down on them really, really tight sometimes, and haven't had any trouble with it. The chrome finish on them, it's holding up good. It's not chipped or anything. It's just got minor scratches from use, everyday use. Right here, the black paint on this wears off, but that's about it. But and another thing about these, like you see some of the ratchets that they're kind of swivel head, like they're straight, and the top part just swivels back and forth. You see those around too, and those work okay, but they kind of once those, I don't have one here I'd show you, but right here, when this whole front piece swivels back, and when you get turning it, sometimes it's just aggravating. It wants to go ahead and flip around or whatever. These I feel like work a lot better than those other style swivel ratchets. I mean, yeah, use whatever ratchet you want to, I guess. I mean, a regular ratchet works fine, but these I really like them, because if you got hard places like I just showed you with the not header bolts, the shock bolts, and hard to get to places behind the headers or something like that, just aggravating. You know how it is working on vehicles, is some bolts are just really hard to get to and they're aggravating. But this right here, this will keep you from saying as many bad words as you usually do. You'll say a lot less with these than you would normally. But I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on this. Run to your local Harbor Freight and pick you one of these. They're great ratchets.